Check, check, check. Everyone can hear me okay? Everyone can hear me okay? All right. Good stuff. Got a few seconds just to give a quick test. All right. How's everyone doing today? Awesome. Got a few topics to talk about. Just going to wait for my countdown timer on Facebook and Twitter to get started, and then we're going to jump right in. Okay. So, hold with me for about 1 minute. We'll get right to it. It's awesome. So how's everyone up? How's everyone doing today? Yeah, let's get it done. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing in the world? So, today, what are our topics? I'll get right to it. So, the topics of the day, we'll start with talking about China slowly moving to regulate central bank with crypto, which is pretty cool. South Korea has a hotel that's going to be accepting cryptocurrencies. Monero hard fork is coming up, so that's pretty awesome. And there's going to be a giveaway for some cryptocurrency that you guys like, so that's something to keep your heads up on. Bittrex is about to delist a bunch of tokens, so I'm going to let you know which ones those are. I'm going to tell you about some ICOs that not are ones that I'm endorsing, but ones that are ending. So if you're looking to get in on them, they'll be ending in a couple days. Talk a little about ontology, which is pretty cool. And yeah, a couple other really cool things like what's going on in Egypt and some other stuff. So it's pretty cool stuff happening. And so we'll get right onto it. So yeah, let's get right into it. So how is everyone doing today? Just look for some comments, see how everyone's doing. You know, try to find out where's everyone's heads at. All right, good audio, little background noise. What broadcast software? I'm using OBS. OBS is a really cool one, which is pretty sweet. So, without further ado, let's get started. Please do, if you can, before I get started, share the video so that anyone out there can obviously access this video and be able to share it with their friends and family to learn a little bit about cryptocurrencies. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Here we go. First thing up first is this. How's it going, Tim? So, China will slowly be looking to regulate cryptocurrency. This comes a day after China just said that they're interested in blockchain, but they're not going to be doing anything with crypto related from their soon-to-be retired finance minister. So this looks really interesting because of that one aspect of, wow, the Chinese central bank is actually, the governor of it is saying, hey guys, check this out. We are looking into blockchain and we're going to probably regulate crypto so that we can use it. Everyone thinks regulation is bad. But in China, if they regulate it, it means crypto is going to be available for anyone to use in China, which is huge because China will buy up the market. So it's great news. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Now, basically, it does not recognize Bitcoin as a payment tool at the moment. And China obviously is realizing that digital currency is inevitable. As they said yesterday, they're not in a hurry to regulate cryptocurrencies. But Zhu Exuchan, the governor of the central bank, is saying that it's almost inevitable. So he's accepting finally that, you know what, crypto will be and digital money will be the mainstay of everything that's going to happen in cryptocurrency. It's just when and how long will it take. Okay, so that's good news. That's not FUD, that's actually fun. That's awesome. Okay, so we like that. Now, as you guys look down here, do you notice a trend starting to happen? I do. I see green. So happy Green Day, everyone. Happy Green Day, Litecoin. Happy Green Day, Dash. Happy Green Day, Bitcoin. Yay. Unfortunately, Neo looks like it's in the red though, but OMG is not. That's good too. So that's great stuff. I love all that kind of stuff, and I like seeing it, so I enjoy it. Now, let's jump into South Korea. So, South Korea today, basically their largest hotel booking platform is going to start accepting cryptocurrency as a payment revenue, which is awesome. I love that. So what they're going to be doing, Yogoni Etoe, a major South Korean hotel booking platform. It translates to "how is this place?" So It's the country's largest, basically their largest hotel chain. So that's pretty sweet, right? Of course. Their major partnership they're just started up is with BitThumb and has done other retailers like We Make Price, a large e-commerce platform in South Korea. It's well known for its timely deals and discounts, and BitThumb team is going to be enabling the hotel booking platform to integrate all cryptocurrencies listed on BitThumb platform, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, EOS, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, and more. So really big, awesome, positive news coming from the Asian market, which is generally what we're looking for. So that's great. And your portfolios are going to start looking pretty positive, and you're going to be very happy to see that, I would assume. So that's great. Now, we have some news coming up about Monero. Now, as I've told you guys in the past, Monero hard fork is coming up. Now, it's going to be on April 30th. Now, here's a couple things of caution with this one. You need to be very cautious with this one for various amounts of reasons. Number one, they have absolutely no team. No team. No testnet. No nothing. Do you think you want to put your money into Monero just to get that hard fork? Not so much. Now, it has less volume than the other coin, so it means that, like, for example, if Monero has, let's say, 100 million, well, this one's going to have 50 million. It's going to have less volume of the coin. Now, the way they've done this hard fork is kind of sketchy. Their dev is rewarded 5% in advance. That's pre-mined, and you guys know that I don't like pre-mined coins. It kind of is, it's set up to fail in my opinion when they do that. They also have in advance put 30% of rewards to developers. So it is a really, really sketchy project. If you want to play the hard fork though, and you think that people are going to buy it, well, there's an easy way to play that hard fork. All you have to do is this. You buy the coin now, okay? So if you think Monero is a great project, I think Monero itself is fine. I don't realize why they need another one. So you buy Monero now, right? So you have Monero now, you buy it now, and what you're expecting to see is this. People that see the Monero fork coming, that don't know, that are probably new in crypto, will start buying it, right? They'll be like, oh my god, this hard fork, I want free tokens. And you know, you're a noob. Noobs always go, oh yeah, free tokens, free token, let's get it, awesome. But here's the thing, when you're a noob, you don't realize nothing comes for free. If you've seen the ZCL fork, you know that now. If you've seen the next fork, you know that now. So we all learn the hard way sometimes, and that's okay. So here's what I want to tell you about this. The fork is a crappy fork. It's not like Bitcoin Private where it will probably have a really cool functionality. No, there is no functionality with a Monero hard fork without a team that's basically giving free money to their team. So I think that coin will basically be labeled a shit coin. And another thing I want to tell you is, if you do play it and you like Monero, well, you buy a bunch of Monero now and you wait, and by March 30th, you start selling off as people start buying it. To basically, what's going to happen is you buy Monero now, you wait, and it will keep going up in price closer to the date of April 30th when they do the hard fork. And as it keeps going up, you scalp it, right? So let's say you buy 100 Monero, you scalp it every time it goes up 30%, and then leave that last 10% to, like, just for the hard fork, if you believe in it. If you don't believe in the hard fork, you just sell at the top as much as you possibly can. You know, if it doubles and that's good for you, then sell it at the double point. That's a great idea for anyone to do, and you know, nothing wrong with that at all. But yes, I agree that there are way too many hard forks, and that is an issue, and it's something that we need to deal with, because needless forks are just going to ruin the whole entire it's going to ruin crypto, man. Like, you're going to have all these crappy coins that are going to die, and people are going to lose lots of money, and it's going to suck. Please watch these videos and share them so you don't end up in a spiral of shit. And that's what's going to happen. Lots of bad ICOs coming out, lots of you know, coins that are kind of useless. And that comes up to one of my next points is Bittrex is going to be delisting on the 23rd of the month PDC, GCR, Club, and CPC. Okay, so why are they going to do that? Why would Bittrex Why would they be trying to get rid of coins? That's a good question. A lot of people ask that. So CPC is CP chain, and basically, like, it's not a very good project. It hasn't been doing very well, and so the thing is, when there's a low volume coin and they could have a better, higher volume coin, Bittrex will delist coins. We've seen that happen with metal as well on, I think it was Binance. So this is something that will happen on many different platforms. So if we know that, then we can obviously try to avoid this issue and, you know, move forward and get things done. So next thing up for bits. So we know CPC, which is CP chain. Okay, I just want to give you guys the real names of the coins, not just the acronyms. PDC, Project Decorium, that's going to be gone as well. So bye-bye. And the next token is Club. So Club is Club Coin. And I don't know much about Club Coin. I just know that the volume is very low for a token. So that's usually why, again, Bittrex would delist a coin. And that's something we will see over and over again as these not so good coins come out. And then there's GCR, Global Currency Reserve, which also is a so-so project with low volume. And Bittrex doesn't like low volume coins. They like high volume coins. They like the good projects, so they're just getting rid of the shitty coins so they can make room for the good ones, which is smart. I agree with them doing that. It makes all too much sense, in my opinion, and it's just good for the whole entire market to have the bad coins not be easily accessible. I think that's really, really important for all of us to know that. Bad coins being accessible is not good. Okay, back to the news. Now, I want to tell you guys something really cool that you can get in on. There's a contest in the Women in Cryptocurrency group that Sandra's in. Sandra was on the show the other day. So she's one of the members of the Women in Cryptocurrency group, generally because, you know, no one sends them harassing messages as a male, and so they like to have, you know, some freedom away from people basically harassing them sexually and messaging them in ways that are not appropriate. So they created their own group, and I love it. They're really nice. I can be a part of that group too. They don't exclude men. They just want people that aren't going to harass them, basically. And so they're a really awesome group. They have great members. They have Kendra, and they have Sandra, and they have people that are really involved in crypto, and they really know their stuff. And so, you know, if you're a female who gets harassed by men a lot, this might be a good group for you so that you have a place to talk about crypto and no one, you know, be a jerk to you, basically. So it's a great group. Now, the cool thing is, in the group for women, get your women friends in crypto to go in this contest, and they're actually going to be revealing on the 13th of the month, on Tuesday, a $50 coin giveaway. So basically, you'll be able to choose whatever coin you like, and they'll buy you $50 with that coin. So that's a really nice thing that they're doing. And if you go on Facebook, you look up Women in Crypto, Women in Cryptocurrency, you can join that group. So it's pretty cool, and it's just kind of having fun. They just want a nice place to have a nice banter about crypto and, you know, see what they think. And, you know, it's great to have a lot of perspectives, and that's why I really like the group, not just because Sandra's in it. I like having different perspectives from different people, and I think that really adds value to what I'm trying to do, because knowing how other people think make me think a little bit more in a broad way and open my mind. And so I think joining different groups to find out different things about how different people think about crypto is really a positive thing for any one of us to do. It also, you know, you could share things like videos in those groups and help people. So it's all about helping each other. Remember, cryptocurrency is a new thing for most people, and they don't know how to do it. So what's going to make crypto grow? Us helping people learn how to actually get started, where they buy it, how they buy it, where they trade it, how to trade it, etc. That's really important. And if we can help people do that, then we're going to really help a lot of people. So next up, I don't see lots of comments, so I just want to say, if you're watching this show, please do give me a comment. I love your comments. You guys, it really helps me have some more stuff to talk about in terms of helping you out when things are kind of bad. So let's all help each other. and make this crypto movement move forward always. Okay, it's all about educating. That's what I do. I'm all about trying to help you guys learn. If there's something as well, I would really like for you guys to tell me what is something that you don't understand in crypto that you really would like to be simplified from an educator like myself, who can help you understand it in a simplified way so that you can be successful in understanding what's going on in crypto and how it works. So if it's a question about mining, if it's a question about what is proof of stake or proof of funds, if it's a question of how does blockchain work, any of the questions are not stupid, because if you don't know, you don't know. It's not your fault. So let me help you learn and know what you need to know. What are my thoughts on Bitcoin price by mid of 2018? They're going to go up. Hannah, they're going to go up because of one reason. Bitcoin prices have been severely suppressed by one group of people from Mt. Gox, and they're selling off so much of the Bitcoin that they had left over that we're probably going to start seeing the end of the downward spiral that we've been in, because we had a double top. What happened was we hit the top, and we had like a double top. And what happens is you have a double top, we have another dip, and that's exactly what we just had happen recently. So if you're stressed out about it, don't be. Hold. If you feel like things are going all to crap and blah blah, I know it's been a really long 2 months, but remember, stock markets, when they crash, last years. We'll probably be out of this in the next month. So Hannah, to answer your question, or Hanan, sorry, my bad. To answer your question, I don't know. I can't tell you 100% for sure. Is it going to be more than it is now? Absolutely. I believe that deeply within my heart and my mind and my soul. I believe that Bitcoin halfway through the year should be somewhere in the 20 to 30,000 range. But don't take my word for it, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what I think will happen based off things that I've read from Cliff High and other professionals that have been in the industry since the start and have been making proper predictions. Now listen, I don't have a macro analysis generator of a computer like Cliff High and all the things that he does. He would be the best person to listen to, even though he hasn't been right so far this year. He's much better to listen to for predictions. What do I think is going to happen? I think Bitcoin's going to go way up a lot this year. Even though it's down now, remember, watch last year. Last year, Bitcoin was not up a lot by this point in the year. It was still very cheap. Bitcoin was cheap all the way till almost October. October is when it started to slowly ride up from $1,000 to like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So here's what you got to realize is it might take 3, 4 months for the market to completely get back to where it was before. But at that point, we'll have all tons of new stuff. We'll have new exchanges. We'll have new ways to buy and sell cryptocurrency. We'll have a lot of easier ways to do things. Like you're going to see exchanges start coming out that are so simplified to use that anyone could use them. Like my mom is literally the most technologically inept person I've ever met, and she's also stubborn and doesn't want to learn how to use them. And I'm like sitting there going like, Mom, you're going to become a dinosaur in this new system. You need to stop being so stuck in your way and learn something new because it benefits you. And she's like, I just don't understand it, right? So imagine once we have a thing that's so simple, I could be like, Mom, look, here's an app on your phone. You just go on there and you click, and you buy cryptocurrency. And then you want to buy stuff with crypto, you open the app on your phone and you go pick this one, whatever one you like, and then you pay for it that way. And if it's as simple as that, your mom, your grandma, your friends that don't understand it will all start to understand. So it's coming, and we just need to know that that is something that is a real thing. It's not going away. We're going to see a lot of that happening. And get excited for that, because the Coinbases and all that are going to have a ton of competition. Now remember, I still believe that this FairX will come out halfway through the year. So FairX is Microsoft's own exchange that they're working on. Michael at Microsoft, one of the main partners, has been working on creating an exchange. So we're going to start seeing that more and more often, which is kick ace. I love it. You should love it too. Okay, so that's kind of what I want to say. So start looking for new exchanges that come out, see how they're working, and look for something that's really easy to use, because easy to use is the most important part of anything. Ease. When you're trying to get people to do something, they just want to like go on their wallet, pull out the card and swipe it, right? That's what they're used to. So it should be go on my phone, pick the thing, and doot, and that's it. And we'll have that happening soon. So Right now, because it's a little bit of the wild, wild west in cryptocurrency, we don't really see a lot of the stuff that we're kind of looking for, per se. Like, for example, we're not really seeing a simplified exchange, a simple way to trade, a simple anything. Everything seems like a really learning curve to do. And, older people don't want to have a learning curve, don't want to try and figure it out. They want to just do it, right? So, what I'm trying to do is make it simple for now. But as things keep coming out, I'm going to keep sharing them with you so you guys know what is actually happening. So that's sweet. Good job, Vicky. I love that you guys are connecting. It's great. Let's get more of you guys in there. It's awesome. Share my video to your group, guys. I love this. So, a couple ICOs coming out that I'm not endorsing, but I'm just letting you know they're coming closer to the end. So if you are looking to, and you have done your research, you could look into them. So number one would be Travel Chain ICO. It's obviously based off the travel industry. If you like it, go ahead. It only has 2 days left to buy. March 12th it ends. And ICO is ending in 1 day tomorrow. Fidelium, which is a cross-exchange trading platform. Spade, which is decentralized platform from gaming dApps. And CareX, which is a blockchain healthcare ecosystem, which Sandra said is very much like the AI doctors that she was talking about. That isn't a good project because they're trying to put data and exchange data in a secure environment. But the problem with that is you have to have people agree to share their personal information. And maybe someone doesn't want to know or doesn't want to tell doctors in other countries about their medical history. So that would be an issue, of course. And we would understand that, of course, right? So that's the thing. Okay. Here's something I share with you. And here's a really funny story. So Scott Hyder, my buddy, messages me yesterday and goes, dude, did you sign up to the Ontology newsletter? I was like, I don't remember. He's like, well, if you did, you got 1,000 ONT. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, man, I did. I was watching your show and you told me to sign up on the show and I ended up making 1,000 ONT. I was like, what are they worth? He's like, they're right now worth $3. I was like, fuck off. Sorry for my language, but it's all I could say to him. Like, get out of here. He's like, really? So I haven't even had the chance to even look today if I got them or not. I haven't got on Binance for like 2 weeks. I've been so busy with all the projects I've been working on. But you know what? The last 2 weeks in crypto aren't really ones that you want to look at it anyway, right? So I've been just kind of chilling. And that's what all you guys should be learning to do, is not care so much. The less you care, the better off you will be. I truly believe that. So, you got to put in crypto that you can't lose. Or sorry, you can't put in crypto that you can't lose. So I would never put my rent money, my food's tuition, my food or my kids' tuition or any of that kind of stuff. I would keep that absolutely. But if I had $500 extra a month or $1,000 extra a month and I don't need it, yeah, why not invest it? Sitting in the bank account, you guys know, government's making money, the bank's making money off you, and you're not getting anything out of it. So that sucks. So don't let that happen. So now, March 17th, there'll be a new ontology competition where they're going to give away 6,250,000 ONT. They're going to celebrate this. They're doing this because they're celebrating their listing on Binance and have committed a total of this to give away to their fans worldwide. Now, they're going to rank users from 1 to 5,050 based on the final ONT balance in each account at exactly 7 a.m. or exactly exactly midnight on the 17th of St. Patrick's Day. Wow, that's interesting. Start St. Patrick's Day off with a little bit of green, right? Pretty cool. I like that. This includes deposits, purchases, and available balances of ONT. So the rewards are going to be 1.25 million for the first place. First will receive 200,000. Second will place 150. Third 100,000. Fourth to 10th get a split pool of 300,000. 11th to 20th get a split pool of 200,000, and 21st to 50th get a split of 300,000. And the reward from 5 million will be given out 1,000 each to the 51st to the 5,050th person that own ONT. Pretty cool stuff, you'd ask me. That's great information. So if you're a big whale trading ONT, you can be part of this contest. So pretty cool way to make a little extra. So it's cool. ICO now is not just a all right, so Ashi says that ICOs now are just not as profitable for the risk involved, and post ICO prices are way cheaper than ICO and pre-ICO prices. I find it not interesting anymore. Well, Ashi, what it comes down to with ICOs is how much research you put in. There's a difference between good and bad ICOs, and I would say that 40% are probably half decent, and 20% are actually good, and 10% are like they're going to stay around for a while and not probably go away. Maybe even less than that, to be honest. It might be 5%. But the point is this: if you do amazing research, amazing research, you can get into ICOs that 4 times out the gate. So let's say we look at Nucleus Vision, Encash. Encash was one that my ICO group worked with. They bought a lot of it and got bonuses of it. Now check this out. They bought it for 1 penny, or 0.005 actually, and they got bonus on top of that. And they sold at a profit of 4.5 times right at the gate. So can you make good money in ICOs? Absolutely, but you need to have a proper researched ICO who had met, and the team has to meet with the CEO and meet and see what use case it has and everything. If you don't do all of that, you're screwing yourself over just blindly investing in an ICO. Remember, like I told you guys, 46% of the ICOs last year are pretty much finished. Their projects are going to be dead this year. So you have to be smart when you're investing in ICOs, and this is why I have an ICO pool, because we have teams of researchers that go and actually meet the CEOs and see the offices and make sure the project's legit. That's why you use a pool like mine to go in, because it saves you from being in crappy ICOs. So Ashley, when you want to look into ICOs, come speak to me if you're curious which ones are good, and you can join my group and get some, because they're awesome. Okay, so the good ones are awesome, the bad ones suck, and you really hate yourself for getting into them sometimes, but that's just how life is. Okay, I wanted to talk about 2 more things. One of them being a negative thing, one of them being a positive thing. So the negative thing first, because I always like ending on a positive. So the first thing is hackers targeted 400,000 computers with mining malware. Mostly this was in Russia and Turkey and Ukraine and other countries surrounding. So Heidi, if you'd like to join my group, just as I saw your comment, all you have to do is go to myicopool.com. We're not ready yet. We will be starting our website so everyone else can invest as of probably next week. So just wait for me to give you guys the go-ahead, and I'll post a little thing in the group so that all you guys can actually join in. And you only have to invest 0.2 ETH, and we give you a bonus on top of that, even for sold-out pre-sales. So pretty sweet stuff. Basically get you into ICOs that are never going to make it to an ICO because they're going to be sold out before that. So those are the good ones you want to be in, like Consensus. This example of that. Okay. So what they found was a ton of people have been attacked, especially mostly in Russia, Turkey, and Ukraine. About like 95% of them. And Windows Defender blocked more than 80,000 instances of several sophisticated Trojans that exhibited advanced cross-process injection techniques. Okay, so this is pretty cool. What are they actually mining is a good question. It's not Monero. They're actually mining Electroneum, okay, which is kind of strange because Electroneum is so cheap. But everyone asked me how I felt about ETN, and I kept saying there's something off about that one. There's something off about ETN. I don't know what it is, but every time I read about it, I was like, there's just something about it. Even though it's done really well, something about it is off. And this is what I'm probably talking about here. There's people mining it illegally on different computers, which is great for them, but I don't like projects where you can do that. It's unethical. And so, you know, maybe Electroneum is not at fault for that, but I don't like projects where that kind of stuff's happening. It's really stressful and really wrong, I find. So yeah, that's not so good. And yeah, the good news now. Actually, one more piece. So another thing we're talking about, mining cryptocurrency. In Egypt, the government has just been accused of hacking local internet connections users en masse. According to the University of Toronto, evidence of this type of intrusion by nation state is the stuff of legends. Okay, the researchers say because the techniques involved are especially difficult to detect. So researchers at the University Citizen Lab identified a scheme they call AdHose, that secretly redirects Egyptian internet users' web traffic to malware and that used their computers to mine Monero cryptocurrency or displayed ads. So it relied on the hardware installed within the networks or telecom Egypt. So basically what this is saying is the Egyptian government, and they are pretty poor right now, so I do feel for them. The Egyptian government's doing some really, really shady stuff. So that's, yeah. So, you know, that's really unethical. So hopefully they stop doing that. If I lived in Egypt, I wouldn't like it. But if it's helping their country, if they're using that money for good, there's no issue with that in my end. I have no problem with it at all. Okay, my last thing for today, and then I'll take some of your questions if anyone has any of them. So, first thing I want to talk about. So, how did the United States election go last year? Anyone want to chime in? Does anyone think they were fluid? What kind of things happened and what kinds of things were accused of in the United States election last year? I know I could tell you a ton of different examples of that, but I want you to think what specifically happened. I want you guys to tell me in the comments what happened last year during the United States election that was kind of not good. Not good at all. Anyone? You know, for example, we have all these things that people are saying, like, you know, some certain guy with an orange hair did something wrong and illegal, etc., right? But I want to ask you guys, what was the problem that so many people had with the election last year? Interference from who? What happened in that election? That's what I'm curious to know. Who had interference with what? Okay? Because I'm going to get to a really serious point here, so this is why I'm trying to dig it out of you guys, because there's something really important that's actually just happened that's revolutionary for political interested, not even political anything. It's really interesting, and it's really huge. And so now that no one's ever messaged anything else, I'll tell you. So during the election in the United States last year, there was all this idea of people hacking the election, right? And there was a big problem because of that, because people felt like some of these swing states or states that should have been Democratic or Republican ended up being not the right side of their normal voting and stuff like that. Some people felt like they got hacked, and there was some type of, as Tim said, interference, okay? Maybe it was the CIA, maybe it was Russians. But I'm going to tell you something. I found the solution today while doing some research. So, all of you guys know Sierra Leone, right? It's a country in Africa. It's not too far from, I think it's not too far from Papua New Guinea, or what's the name of that country? Doesn't matter. It's basically smack in the middle of Africa. Sierra Leone just did the very first, and I mean the very first, presidential election in history using blockchain technology. Why is that big news? Because when using blockchain, you absolutely cannot, and I mean you absolutely cannot, do anything to screw up that voting. It's impossible. Blockchain is blockchain. You can't hack it without a 51% attack. So a company called Agora, it's a Swiss blockchain startup, was working behind the scenes to produce and tally all the results from the blockchain technology. Now here's the thing. This election permissioned blockchain technology over the last 2 years that they built to try to make this actually happen. Now what they've learned is that meant the secure transfer of information. It was verifiable on the blockchain, so we knew it was really the people who should be voting and the real people voting for the polls. There were independent node operators, including the Red Cross, Swiss Federal Institute of Tech, and the University of Freiburg, were able to tally and verify each ballot and the election results. So, Leo Grammer, the CEO of Agora, told CNN, "I'm grateful to Sierra Leone for showing the world how visionary they are in bringing free and transparent elections to their people." Now, let me tell you something. This is revolutionary. Why? Because in Africa, we know that there has always been some really corrupt stuff happening, and not just Africa, and other parts of the world as well. Well, imagine I could tell you now, there is absolutely no way anyone could ever rig or screw up an election by doing any type of hacking or any type of fraud with blockchain technology. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you would want your kids and yourself in your future to know that your vote actually counted and it wasn't just thrown out in a ballot? Like, I think of Bernie Sanders. Now, he had his issues. Let me get you wrong. I'm not gonna be wrong. I'm not a political person. I'm just saying. We have Bernie Sanders. We have proof that the DNC actually screwed him over and didn't give him his rightful place. And everyone knew that happened. But guess what? The next presidential election in the United States or anywhere else that uses blockchain will never have that happen ever again. So, what does this do? Blockchain is now giving us a voice again. People have a voice. We have a way to communicate what we want, and it's good news for all of us. So get hype about that. That's great. Now, I want to talk about one last thing. I want to talk about what's going on in the market, because I feel like that's what a lot of you guys are going to be sitting there asking. What the F is happening in the market? Okay. Diane, you're actually so right. You're so right, because the governments won't want it to happen, but who controls the government ultimately? The people, right? And if all the people say we want blockchain tech and we want someone outside doing all this, who knows? But yes, blockchain definitely will make it transparent, and they don't have a choice, which is what I love about it. So yeah. Now looking at the market today, obviously yesterday was a sad day for a lot of us. And if you were looking, like I hadn't looked, but it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. We see a lot of stuff starting to move in the green on the 24-hour chart, which is good news. We saw Bitcoin jump back up from, like, I think the lowest was like 83. Now it's at 94.34. So we're moving back in the right direction. Litecoin's closer to 190 again. So things are starting to move back up, which is good news. And I hope all you guys bought the dip, because we should be on an upward spiral. And we also have on April 12th, Trim Draper is actually going to be coming on and saying his prediction for Bitcoin for the rest of the year. So I'm really curious to hear what he has to say, because he's been the bull of Bitcoin, right? Like the Wolf of Wall Street, he's like the Wolf of Bitcoin, but he's not screwing over anybody for stuff. He's just buying Bitcoin. Now, what I want you guys to watch out for is pump and dumps. I say that because they're probably going to happen more often. Oh, wow. So, people who bought BZOP, I was looking at that ICO, it's up 300% right out the gate. Okay, so Bez token went from 19 cents to 60 cents right out the gate. So when we're talking about ICOs, this is what I was trying to tell you guys. Some ICOs are really good, but right now in this bear market, there's going to be pump and dump attempts, a lot of them, because people still want to make money, and there's still those groups out there. Don't fall into the trap, all right? I want you guys not to fall into the trap of any of the coins that get pumped, and you're going to see it. I'm telling you, you're going to see that. So just be careful. I want you guys to be cautious that you don't get sucked in, okay? It's really important you don't get sucked into crap. Now, some hard forks coming up. Yesterday, LTC got UBTC dropped and airdropped into our wallets, as well as Bitcoin Cash holders. We're gonna have some cool airdrops as well for ETH that happened yesterday, so check your wallet, see if you got any. And Digibyte's one-click miner reel is gonna be coming out this week, so look for that as well. Look for Digibyte to have some movement. Okay, so I'm gonna end that here. You guys have a great day. I'll see you all tomorrow at 10 o'clock, not 11. I'm sorry I came on a little later. Had a little commitments with a wedding and stuff tonight. So I came on here right after that, and I'm here for you, and I'm not drunk. Imagine that. A guy actually did his work on a Saturday and then came home to work more. I love it. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Mr. Joel, cryptocurrency educator, signing off, and I'll see you all tomorrow for some more crypto.